future! Fucking deadly! I'm fucking delighted. Get in! I'm fucking telling you. Why do people big up Spurs? Please tell me. Why? What's the fucking point? They're fucking useless. Harry Kane, you prick, you're fucking useless. You're not a top class striker. What have you won? Fuck off. You know what I mean? And the TV giving up. Oh, Harry Kane scored his 100th away goal. He's gone ahead of Thierry Henry. Guess what? Yeah, fuck off. What have you won, you dickhead? Ask me bollocks. People talking about him. Go and fuck yourself. I'll tell you one thing. We're fucking bouncing. And I have to say, before I get anyone in now, I want to big up two people today. Granit Xhaka. Absolutely outstanding for me. I thought he was fucking brilliant. And guess who's wrong? This fucking clown. I told everyone I'm only a fucking idiot. That's all I am. And fair fucking play to him. He's been proving me fucking wrong. His last game as well, he was unbelievable. He's been playing brilliant this season. So I'm going to give him a big fucking shout out. And the other person who I've been slating all last season, I've been fucking really hard on him, but I have to stand up. I'll put my hand up and I'll give him his fucking credit. Fair play to fucking Mikel Arteta. Well done. I have to say, and I'll call it as it is. I'm a fucking idiot, but fair play. I have to say it. He done brilliant today. He was absolutely brilliant. And I like, look, people say, you're Arteta out and this and that. I'm just saying it as it is. You know what I mean? I'll call it as it is, and that's the way it is. And I'm sure there's people out there that will agree with me. And I'm just going to throw a few lads in here. What's the bleeding story? I'll get you in, Kyle, first. How are you doing? What are you talking about, Kyle? What the fuck are you talking about?
How you there, boy? How you, Manny? Great to be back on the show. There, boy. I'm over the moon. That was an unbelievable performance today. From the top the whole way down through the team. And I'm going to have to back you up there. I'm an Arteta man out. I have been for the last 3 years. The man has proven me wrong there, boy. And all I ever said was prove me wrong. That's all I ever said. And so far, first 8 games, they're proving me wrong. The football we're playing is exceptional. I thought the substitutions were spot on today, especially all at the right times. I thought tactically we were brilliant. The players have passion. They have pride. They're playing for the fucking jersey. I haven't seen this kind of passion, Del Boy, in God knows how many years. It's brilliant to watch. Gabriel got tackled there at one stage. He got up off the ground and he all this way to the fans. I fucking love seeing it. Xhaka, I'm going to have to say it. Player of the season so far, Del Boy. The man is exceptional for the last 8 games, not just today. For the last 8 games. Now, I'm telling you, Del Boy, this is fucking sensational stuff that we're watching here at the moment. I'm over the moon. They're playing with spirit and passion. And I'm a passionate fan. I fucking love watching it. It's brilliant stuff.
Yeah, I have to say, I have to agree with everything you said there, Kyle. Like, you know, I fucking love this club. When Partey's goal went in, I nearly jumped out my sitting room window. And I'm not fucking joking with you. Zach, my young fella, was outside with his mates. And I bounced off the window. I'm fucking jumping. He's just looking. And his mates are there looking. Your outfit is a fucking mad thing. You know what I mean? But Zach is there running in. Yes. Like, you know, giving it loads. Manny, what are we talking about? How are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, can't complain. And first of all, you've got it wrong. It's not a fucking mad thing. It's a bleeding mad thing.
Yeah.
Don't forget that. Yeah. So listen, I am in two minds. First of all, I feel sad that I missed the first half because I was feeling a little bit, knackered, and I had to have a kip a little bit because of Jesus and reason. But I woke up for the second half. I'm glad I was able to watch the second half in its entirety. And that was when we turned on the style, and that makes me so happy. And I'll tell you one thing. Before we go into Arsenal, I've said it in the chat, and I'm thinking you might possibly replay that. With this performance, we can now put to bed any idea of Spurs being either genuine title contenders or even potentially, I mean, they could still perhaps make the top 4 if we're not careful. But as far as title contenders are concerned, and even maybe winning a trophy is concerned, sorry, that's not going to happen. All the talent they had, and this was the best they could do. The one good thing about Emerson Royale getting sent off is that it means that he won't be playing for them. But, today's performance was just an idea of how if we get our tactics right and have a full, proper squad, you know, we could be pretty much unstoppable. And I'll tell you one thing: I was sweating over the availability of Partey, Zinchenko, and Tierney. So to see those three, two of them starting and one of them coming on, looking none the worse for wear, made me quite happy. And so I also agree with you that the tactics were exceptional. Xhaka looked terrific, but also let's give a huge tip of our cap to Bukayo Saka, our star boy. Never underestimate the importance of an international break and the ability of an international game to give you some confidence boost. I thought when Saka came on against Germany, he looked lively, and I was doing a watch along for that. And his assist for Mason Mount's goal was pretty good. That is always one of the best ways to sort of get your mind back. And he looked quite incisive. I still don't like him on the right, but today he looked really, really good. His contribution to Jesus' goal in the second half was terrific, and he just looked. He almost looked back to his incisive self. And that Partey goal, I missed it in the first half, but that is the type of goal you can watch again and again and again. I will say this though, for all of the credit that Arteta rightly deserves, and for all of the credit the team rightly deserves, we're still in. It's the beginning of October. We all know the league is not decided in October; it's decided in May. We still have to keep our feet on the ground because that is the time. Just when we think we've got our head in the clouds and everything is hunky dory, we could be pulled back down. But for now, see you, say it after me. North London is.
Red, get in. What's
North
the
London
story,
is
Bal?
red.
How are you doing, Bal?
All right, Del Boy, yeah, great to come on again. Delighted today. I was sort of optimistic because let's be honest, right? These fixtures are North London derbies. We normally win at our place and they normally win at their place. They're still a dangerous team. They were hitting us on the break. Let's not be too deluded about. I'm not saying anyone is deluded, by the way, but you know, in the first half, we've still got that gaping hole in the middle. But do you know what? I'm beginning to wonder now whether we can actually get away with not having a bone-crunching, ball-tackling midfielder. Because we've got everything out wide, Saka and Martinelli, right? And we've got Jesus up front who nicks goals for fun. I thought his goal in the second half just killed them off, straight off. I mean, we come out for the second half, got that goal 5 minutes in, and it was a great time to score, you know. So, you know, absolutely delighted. Granit Xhaka now, I mean, I'm going to have to sort of review my criticism of Xhaka because he's now not playing in the position that he's been playing in. Clearly, he's pushed a bit further forward and his attitude is 100% what it was in all them other seasons. Something has happened to that squad. I don't know if it's Jesus coming in or Lacazette going out and having a different mentality, but it's rippled through the whole squad and everyone's attitude's better. I went to Brentford away and I was actually amazed by Xhaka. In the second half, we were like 2-0 up and they had a corner and he basically shouted at everyone, right, don't let them get a goal. Wake up, stay awake. And that's what our squad, our team, that's what our issues have been over the last seasons, especially with Mikel in charge. We drop up, we fall asleep, but now they're switched on for 90 minutes. Today, I felt like we were switched on for 90 minutes. There was none of this, oh, we'll have a little rest now and just drop off and no more concentration. And Saliba, I mean, the bloke is just like ice cold. I mean, he's just dancing around positions where we're all having heart attack in our armchair or in the ground. This bloke is just like, he's just putting his clothes on to go to fucking school in the morning. You know, he just dances around people, comes out. So really, really delighted. And as far as Mikel Arteta is concerned, with me now, the jury's out now with him rather than Arteta out, because you got to say now, I'll never forgive the club or Arteta for taking the job because he shouldn't have took the job because he weren't qualified for it. But now we've all got to ask ourselves this. He's now been there for 3 seasons. Now, we can no longer say the bloke's not got any experience because he has now got experience. He's got 3 seasons behind him. He still can't afford to drop and let things go. But let's be honest, right? As far as I'm concerned, the jury's out now of Arteta. For me, it's no longer Arteta out.
Fair play to you, Darren. That's a big statement, like, you know what I mean? Because some people are always sort of saying to me, "Oh, you're negative" and stuff like this. But look, it was bad last season. You know what I mean? There was times there where he should have lost his job. You know, but look, we stuck by him, and fair play to Arsenal and whoever, like, you know, makes the decisions there. You know, what were we talking about? Doug, welcome along, mate. Liverpool fan. Please check out this guy's channel. He is unbelievable. I love watching your stuff, mate. Liverpool fan. What's the story, Doug? What you make of Arsenal today?
Terrific. I did a watch along on my channel for this game, and I'm so glad I did, because it's one of those games where you're just like, you always get drama, you always get excitement in a North London derby. But I thought Arsenal were just terrific today, especially those three in midfield like Partey, Odegaard, and Xhaka, who I think is. I said actually on the actual watch along, he's one of the most improved players this season, Granit Xhaka. His leadership on the pitch is so important, and you know what? I don't think Spurs can have any complaints today, because you know Arsenal thoroughly deserve to win, and I don't think they can have any complaints on the red card either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like it was stupid of him to do that. You know, did it change the game for you?
I don't think it changed the game, no, because I think at that moment it was 2-1. But the more the game went on, I always had a feeling you would get the third. Funnily enough, I actually did say 3-1 Arsenal. So, but I thought the whole game as a whole, Arsenal were terrific, and William Saliba. I mean, this guy should never be on loan, but I think you're probably glad that he probably was on loan. But what a performance!
100%. And as a Liverpool fan, are you fearful of Arsenal next week?
Yeah, I am. I mean, the way you guys are playing. I mean, you know, I think if it was at Anfield, it might have been, you know, a wee bit different story. But Arsenal really need to be taken seriously this season, in my honest opinion, because I think the way you've been playing. Yes, I know you've obviously had that one defeat against Manchester United, but even still, you've still been playing really well, and you know, you've got a really good team there. I think today's 11 is your strongest 11 going forward.
Yeah, 100%. Kyle, as Doug was saying there, like, are Arsenal the real deal? Like, can we keep up this, or is a title challenge out of the reach? Kyle, can you hear me?
I think he's frozen. Yeah,
it probably is. Manny, do you want to take that? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'll take that. But first of all, Douglas, I've seen you working with Stephen Stubbs on the Statman channel. Good to see you in person.
Yeah,
and
good
Mr.
to see you as well.
Yeah, and Mr. Sullivan, wonderful to see you again, sir. We chat on Instagram, we send each other messages, we keep in touch. Good to see you again. How are you, sir? I think he's muted now. But anyway, back to your question. You know, here's the thing. I'm going to sort of piggyback off what Douglas just said about the first choice 11 that we have being our strongest 11. And I would even go so far to say that I would actually prefer Zinchenko ahead of Tierney, if only because Tierney is pretty much made of glass at the moment. But the big problem is, you know, we are still 1 or 2 injuries away from crisis. And the reason why I was apprehensive about this game and predicting a 1-1 draw, and it was a 1-1 draw at the end of the first half, is because we still didn't get any, I mean, I still didn't get any definitive updates on whether Partey would be fit or Zinchenko would be fit or Tierney would be fit. Because bear in mind, neither Zinchenko nor Tierney played for Scotland or the Ukraine in that Nations League game where Scotland got the draw they needed. And, you know, if we had a situation where neither Zinchenko nor Tierney would be playing, it's as if we would have had to be wondering who would be our left back. So that just gives you an idea. We are so delicately balanced right now that if we have a few injuries, the apple cart will be upset. So, yes, I would like to see us taken seriously. But the problem is, until we are able to take seriously the need to make sure that we have a better quality squad, better squad depth, and you know, make sure that we are prepared for the onrush of games that will come ahead in all competitions, we cannot really have any ideas of winning and winning big things. And let's not forget, October's just begun, but the league isn't won now. So yes, we should be taken seriously, but only as long as we have a fully fit squad available. and yeah, but everything hinges on the fact that hinges on whether or not we do have a fully fit squad available. So, I mean, given the quality of the football we're playing, yes, we should be taken seriously. But then, having said that, anything can happen. And as I said, just when you think things can be getting better and better, something can happen and we can be pulled back down. So we still need to keep our feet on the ground. But for now, I'm happy to say that, yes, we should be taken seriously. I'm happy to congratulate Arteta for a good win and say that his tactics were spot on. I'm willing to big up Xhaka, big up Saka, and say that, yes, they both had terrific games. I can't think of any first-team player that had a bad game today. And Saliba, no, he shouldn't have gone out on loan because we knew how good he was. He was tearing it up for Marseille in Ligue 1, and we knew that he would be an asset. But, of course, now that he's back, we're grateful. But let's keep our feet on the ground. I'm not going to say Arteta in just yet because we still have a long way to go. Anything can happen, and we need to make sure that we keep ourselves grounded.
Yeah, 100%. I just want to introduce Chike's in the chat. Good Man City supporter. Watch out, we're coming for you. We're coming for you. These are in the mud. What's the
Relax. One game. You always beat Spurs at home, so it's one game.
Oh, it's all love here today, mate.
if you do the double over us at Liverpool and it gets you into a title race, then come talk to me. If Arsenal win a title, come talk to me. So until Arsenal do something, I'm still not going to take them as seriously as everyone else is.
Hey, listen, brother, you can't be too cocky yourself. I mean, you had 2 draws in games you were supposed to win, and you probably could have lost those games. So calm down, yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle, I'll just get you back in there, mate. Can you hear me okay? Kyle. He's frozen again, is he? Doug, I'm going over to the Liverpool-Arsenal game next week. I'm really looking forward to it. And I was through the whole game. If Jesus got a yellow card, he would have been suspended for that game. And I was sort of on edge with that, to be honest with you. I was delighted Arteta took him off when he knew, look, we're okay. We don't need his services. How good has he been this season for Arsenal from what you've seen?
Yeah, I actually said the same thing on my watch alone. If he got booked today, then he obviously would have missed the Arsenal Liverpool game. But it's just terrific. He's a very, very good player. His goal is not the prettiest of goals, but let's be honest, Lloris. I don't know what he was trying to do. He had to parry that away, but parry it right back into the danger zone, and obviously, Jesus does score. But he's just terrific, and the way he dances past defenders as well is very, very good. But no, Jesus has been different class this season, and he was always that at Manchester City. He just didn't get a fair crack at Manchester City. But now he has at Arsenal. Now he's obviously the main man. I think he's thriving upon that, and I mean, obviously we got Brighton at 3:00 today, but that Arsenal game next Sunday is going to be so interesting, and it's going to be a very, very good one, I think.
You know what else is going to be a good one? The Manchester Derby, which is actually why I came on here, because I wanted to see what everyone's going to predict for that game.
Oh, 3-1 City, easy.
Wow. Okay. Because there are people that said 2-1 United, 1-0 United, 4-1 City. You see, Man United in that game are going to be massive underdogs. So it really wouldn't surprise me if they got something out of that game. Even Lee Gunner said they could potentially get something out of it. He predicted 1-1. I said 2-1 with Haaland getting the winner, but I don't know.
Yeah, being honest with you, I think it's going to be a draw for some reason. I think United will shock them. You know what I mean? Because the Arsenal game, look, the momentum was with them. They were starting to get results, and it was a big win against Arsenal. And then the sort of the games, not being played. I'm just worried if United continue on that form, I think they'll get a result. I really do. They'll shock them because Man City, probably everyone thinks, they're going to win. But if that sort of interruption of Man United, we'll know in the first 10, 15 minutes, I think, what way the game is going to go. If United are well up for it, I think they'll get a result. Darren, I just want to go to you with the Liverpool game next week. Are you fearful of Liverpool now? If you are, why are you?
Sort of more cautious, really, rather than I don't think I'm fearful anymore because what I see now at Arsenal, what the word that sort of resonates with me today is we've now got grafters in our team. And Liverpool are a team of grafters. They've got great players, Liverpool, up front. But you look at their midfield. I never saw, when they won that league, I never saw anything spectacularly skillful. They're all just really hard-working, grafting players. And now I see Saka. See, with Saka, right, is my mind from him. I think all of us Arsenal fans, we're expecting something else to come from him. But I don't think anything else is going to come from Saka. He's always going to get a few goals where he gets in and he's one-on-one with a keeper and he slots a few. But he's a grafter. He works. He tackles back, And then for England, I mean, I do follow England and I do support England, even though Harry Kane plays for him.
And Gareth Southgate's the manager.
See what he did in that Germany game, right? He only has to weave through about 2 or 3 players and then boom, he'll lay the ball off. And that's the magic he does, Saka, for me. And I don't think we're all expecting him to kick on and do something else, but I don't think I don't think we're going to see much more out of him. But what we've got from him is probably enough at the moment. So I don't fear Liverpool. I'm cautious of them because, of course, they're European champions. They just churn them out for fun, and they've won a league title, so they can't be underestimated. But I'm certainly not fearful. More like I am today with Tottenham, cautious, because let's be honest, a lot of our fans go around and go, this is easy, we're going to beat Tottenham. I was a bit worried today about Tottenham because they're a good team, and let's be honest, they're going to be in the top 4. They ain't going to be out the top 4 because he's a quality manager.
Yeah, 100%. Because, even last night I was out, had a few pints with my mates, and they were asking me what did I think of the game and all. And I actually called it 3-2. They were there. Jesus, you, Del Boy, calling it 3-2. But I actually just says, look, it's at home. As you said earlier on, Darren, we should have the confidence. We're top of the league. You know what I mean? And this is the whole thing about, people sort of saying, Arsenal, forget about them. But we're top of the league. You can only play the teams that are in front of you.
And we're a quarter of a way through the season, Del Boy. Spit facts. That's how many games now? That's 8 games in. There's only 30 to go. So we're almost a quarter of the way through the season already.
Yeah, 100%. Because it's just like, I always sort of judge a season where, it's like pouring a fucking fizzy drink into a cup or something like that. You have to let it settle. And I think about 10 games, you sort of see, right, okay, the relegation battle is going to be between them few, the mid-table, and then the top who's challenging. I'm not saying Arsenal are going to challenge for the league. I personally think Man City are really, really strong this season. Haaland is just, he's like having 2 goals at the start of a game. Just unbelievable. Even we see it what they're doing is champions. You can see these games, they're losing by 2 goals and they're just coming back and they're scoring. They'll probably win by 2 goals. You know what I mean? That's championship winning teams, Kyle, I hope you can hear me now.
I think I can. I was having a bit of trouble with the internet there, but I think I can hear you all there now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you
loud and clear.
Yeah, no bother. I just sort of want to say, because you're an Irish fan and there's loads of Man United fans and Liverpool fans, are they sort of, bigging up Arsenal? Are they sort of going, Arsenal fizzle away, don't worry about them? Or what are you feeling?
Yeah, my brother, for example, is a huge Man United fan, and my father is a huge Liverpool fan all their lives. And the 2 of them ran me there at half time today and said that they can see Arsenal starting to re-emerge as a proper club, proper team, and as it's good to see for the Premier League for us to be back to where we should be. But as I said, it's still early in the season. And there's a lot of questions still to be asked by Arteta and the team. At the moment, it's brilliant. Don't get me wrong, it's brilliant. Now we have to push and get this top 4. No excuses. Now, when I say top 4, I want us to challenge Man City for the league title. I'm not saying that we're going to win it, but challenge them. Show them that we're not afraid of them. And next Sunday, for me, will tell me a lot about where we are as a club. We cannot be intimidated by Liverpool Football Club next Sunday. Yes, Liverpool are fantastic. Don't get me wrong. Jurgen Klopp is a fantastic manager. They have great players. And I have a lot of respect for Liverpool. But we have to put on a performance against Liverpool next Sunday. No point doing it today against Spurs and going out and getting destroyed by Liverpool 3-4 and then next week. That way, I will not accept that. And for me, Arteta has to get us into that top 4. Has to show me that we can challenge and that we can compete. And then I will say Arteta in. But if he don't get us in the top 4 position, as far as I'm concerned, he can fuck off at the end of the season. Simple as. At the moment, though, things are looking great. I'm the first to put my hands up and say he's proven me wrong. That's all I ever wanted. Brilliant stuff at the moment. But there's only 8 games gone.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you know, and like, it's not being negative, I don't think. Like, you know, I don't think people should look at what you're said there as negative. I just think, like, you know, it's time now, and it's not being. I'm not being harsh on Arteta, but he's had 3 seasons. It's his whole team. It's his backroom staff. Everything. They've had 3 seasons. It's now or never. They have to start producing now. They've spent so much money, you know, and like I was saying,
no doubt why.
yeah, they have to. Like, you know, and like as I was sort of saying, talking to my mates last night, and they're Liverpool supporters, and they were sort of saying, Arteta, how are you dissing them and all this stuff? And I just says, well, I'm sort of backing him now because we're doing well, but still has spent a lot of money. You know what I mean? And, you know, I think any of us in the room, if we've spent that money, we'd get a few results. You know, I'm not saying we win every game, but we certainly would get a lot of results. Like, you know, Doug, like, do you think, like, let's say you've seen my channel and, like, you know, we've come across each other on other channels and stuff like that. Was I harsh at the time, let's say last season, or did you think, right, he has a point? Or, like, you know, I'm a fucking idiot.
I mean, there were points last season where I thought he was a bit fortunate to like keep his job. But the thing is as well, I think this is the thing about keeping patient with a manager, is that he will get it right at some point. And I think you look at what Arsenal have done so far, and I just think that he is doing a very, very good job with this Arsenal side. And I have just seen the scores line at Anfield, which is not good.
Wait,
but,
what?
Yeah.
Who scored?
What? Yeah, who scored?
It looks as though it's let me just take a look. I was watching that too, and I put it in the chat. So I think that's another reason why we might not need to fear Liverpool next week. But listen, again, only 5
defensively, we're in absolute shambles.
No, you have to beat Liverpool next week. If you don't beat Liverpool next week, then no, you have to beat them.
But see, hold on, cheeky. I'm sure the Arsenal fans here will agree with me. We're Arsenal. You know what I mean?
I know.
3 gifts to everyone. 3 gifts. You know what I mean? Like we gave it to United last season. We gave it to them again this season. You know, like I don't know, Darren. Like, are you feeling confident now next week?
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me right now, without looking at injuries and stuff like that, I think if we put the same team out, or maybe Tierney instead of Zinchenko, or, you know, I can see us. Well, I can't see us getting beat against Liverpool. Let's put it that way. Not saying we're going to beat them, but I think I can't see us getting beat because we are now working as a unit. We're working as a team. Previously, when we've gone out against Liverpool at home, we've done it in fits and starts, 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, switch off, bang, we get hit by Jota with a couple of goals. And, you know, but I can't see that. And now we've got Saliba at the back as well. I mean, he's just like, he's brought so much calmness to our defence. And Partey, for me as well, is a must. If he goes injured, we're in trouble. Don't be deluded about it. Partey is massive for us, keeping him fit. So I can't see us getting beat on Sunday.
I just want to hit on that just there, what you were saying, like about Zinchenko, I just want to go back to that comment because, like, and I'll put my hand up again. Like, I was at the start of the season. I wanted to take Shaka out and put him in that Shaka position because, like,
Yeah.
through the Euros and stuff like that, I was obviously Ukraine were in Ireland's group, and I kept watching their matches and stuff like that. He was outstanding in that position. Like, but has Arteta got it right? Like, should Tierney be dropped? Manny, I'm going to give you that question. Like, is Zinchenko now cemented himself in that position, left back, or what would you make?
I would say so, definitely. I would say so, definitely, Dale. And here's the thing. When it came to the decision of having to pick either between Zinchenko or Tierney, I would have gone for Zinchenko because, Tierney is the type of person who is more, I would say, a defensive left-back position. He can certainly cover up really well and put in a crunching tackle whenever needed. The only problem is he has a worse injury record than the Ukrainian. And I also believe that since Zinchenko came in and started the first few games, he's also looked quite sorry about that. He's looked quite tidy. He's looked quite solid, and he's also provided an extra dimension, if you will, going forward a bit, and that is quite important if you want to maintain that high press early on. So I actually do believe that going forward, Zinchenko will be the first choice left back, and that is sort of the way it should be. And I think it was only against Leicester where he made a bit of a mistake with a bad pass, which led to the Maddison goal. But apart from that, he has been very tidy and quite solid. So I think we could very well see that dynamic being changed. This isn't to mean that Tierney's Arsenal career is over by any stretch of the imagination. If he can come on with about maybe 20 minutes or half an hour to go and sort of tidy things up at the back, I think that's a pretty good combo. And I certainly wouldn't mind having that in my team. And the only issue I have is that Tierney needs to make sure that he gets himself a bit fitter. I'd like to see him maybe bulk up a little bit, because I think he didn't play against the Ukraine, because I think when he played against your lot in Glasgow, I think he had some sort of a head injury, I think, and he had to be taken off. And that's another reminder that the poor boy, I mean, I absolutely love him to bits, but he's made of glass at the worst of times. So, yeah, definitely Zinchenko should have the lion's share of game time going forward. And if you could bring Tierney on at the end to sort of tidy things up, then everything is perfect. And, yeah, I think that should be probably the game plan going forward. I mean, although if Arteta were to decide to start Tierney and bring on Zinchenko, do it in reverse, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily complain, but I just think sensibly, if you want to maintain that high press and be a more attacking team, then Zinchenko might be the man to start from here on in.
Yeah, like I just want to go to Doug and then to Chike. I'll just ask you, Doug, first, just about Kieran Tierney. Like, even in Scotland, he has Robinson to come up against. Now in his club, Arsenal, he has Zinchenko to come up against. He is an outstanding player in my eyes. He would get in any, a lot of Premier League teams, 100%, I think. I feel so sorry for him, and he's such a nice fella. What do you make of Tierney? Even, I suppose, let's talk about a club level. Will he need to move club, or what do you reckon?
I think he's a very, very good player, and I think we've kind of all said that he is kind of made of glass. Unfortunately, he does get injured a hell of a lot, but I think Kieran Tierney is a very, very good left back. I mean, you're seeing a lot of the problem with the Scotland national side is that our best position is probably left back. Like Andy Robertson, Kieran Tierney, that's our best position in the Scottish team at the moment. But I think with Zinchenko there, I think he is kind of more experienced than Tierney a little bit, because obviously Tierney's come up from Scottish Prem. Zinchenko's been in the Premier League since I can remember anyway. So I think Tierney will just have to bide his time, and I think, if you play Zinchenko Premier League games, then play Tierney like Europa League games. He might get Europa League games. So I think that's why you've got two good left backs there. So yeah, for me, I think Tierney will just have to bide his time, but Zinchenko for Premier League games, and then probably Tierney for Europa League games, and then maybe Carabao Cup games or something like that.
Yeah, 100. Chike, I just want to talk to you about Zinchenko. What do you make of him so far this season? And then, what did you make of him? Did he play much for Man City in the midfield area?
No, he didn't. If anything, he played left back just like he did today. And I think he's one of those players that's very versatile and can play any position that you ask him to play. But I think when he was at City, he mainly played left back, which is where he kind of thrived, in my opinion. So you guys you got a good deal out of it, and I wish him all the best of luck, and hopefully he can win things for Arsenal. Because if anything, him and Tierney are the most decorated footballers in Arsenal right now because of what they've won. So
Yeah.
You forgot about Jesus.
oh, thank you, and Jesus.
Kyle, I want your opinion on the Liverpool game. I'm going to it next week. I'll be fucking there. Come on, the Reds. What do you make of the Liverpool game?
I only got what you make of the Liverpool game. Did he say something before that, Del Boy?
No, just basically that. I'm just talking shy here.
Just about the Liverpool game. Yeah, well, the Liverpool game, Del Boy, we have to go out and beat. I think we have to go out and beat Liverpool next week. I really, really do. We have to be. You see, we're always talking about this, and we want to beat these top teams. And people are getting kind of carried away by saying that today we kind of did that today. We beat Spurs today. I expect Arsenal to beat Spurs every day of the week. Now I want to see Arsenal progress, and I want us to beat the likes of Liverpool. I want us to beat Man City. I want us to beat the scum, Man United. I want us to go out and beat Chelsea. Yeah, we've beaten Chelsea over the last couple of years, but I want us to go out and beat these teams. It's not science. It's not science here. For us to be, to compete statewide, to challenge for the league title, we have to compete with these teams. And we haven't. For many, many years, we haven't. And it's not fucking good enough. So we have to go out next week against Liverpool and put things right. Then I will start shouting from the rooftops, and I'll start 100% believing in this project, in this Arteta business. But if we go out and get about 3-4 in next week against Liverpool, we're back to the same fucking thing again, Del Boy. In my eyes. Maybe my standards are way too high. Maybe.
No. Your standards are perfect, Kyle. They really are.
We have to go out and we have to beat these teams. Liverpool are going through a bit of a bad situation at the minute. Take advantage, beat them. Simple as. 380 million we've spent on this current squad. This is Arteta's squad. It's Arteta's players. It's Arteta's tactics. Now let Arteta show us what the story is. Is he the real deal? Are we the real deal? I want to see it.
Yeah, I just think other teams should be sort of wary of Arsenal now. As I says, we're a good bit into the season now. It's settled down, and I just think that some people are still sort of saying, yeah, Arsenal are grand, but they might get top 4 this season. No, I think next week if we win, we're getting top 4. That's the minimum I'm expecting. I'll be expecting top 4 at the minimum, and I'll be liking to go on an FA Cup run, maybe get to a final, maybe win it. And the Europa League, I'm not saying the Europa League we're going to win it, because when we get rid of this shitty little group that we're in here and next thing the Champions League teams start coming in, that's when that starts getting hard. And people sort of saying, Arsenal or United even should be winning that. It's not that easy. So what Doug was saying there with the likes of Tierney and stuff like that, that's a brilliant opportunity for the sort of fringe players to get their name out there, get playing, get putting in good performances, and give Arteta a pain in the ass trying to pick this team. Darren, what's your expectations now for the season?
Yeah, I mean, we should get top 4. I mean, I hate saying the word and number top 4. I just fucking hate it. But because I always want to be going for a title, but it's not easy. We all know that. But look at the resources we've got as a club. We should be up there challenging. So. But what do I expect? I think pretty much I expect us to challenge for the league now. I mean, come on, we're 8 games in. We've lost 1 game, and we ain't even drawn a game yet. So we're a quarter of a way through the season now. We've got say in another 10 games that'll take us up till I don't know January, because all this World Cup has just disorientated me with how it's all going to work and everything. But if we're still like in a normal season, if you're top at Christmas, it can still go wrong. You can be top of the league at Christmas, and it used to be, by the way, the team that were top at Christmas never won it because it's a long season. Because you've got January and February, which is just fucking damn brutal. It's like freezing. Players pick up injuries, and we all know, right? We've not got the Zinchenko, Tierney luxury in every position of our team. Zinchenko and Tierney, that's what we want in every position. But we got Jesus and Nketiah, which is a misbalance. Nketiah's a keen lad. He can do a job, but he's not Jesus, is he? So, Jesus was struggling at the end there. And at one point, we thought he was injured. He looks like he's made of the right stuff, because he seems to get these knocks in games and he just gets up, has a little walk around and runs it off.
2-0.
But I reckon that if we can sort of hang around, I actually think now we could actually probably get second this season, not win the league, but challenge. Fall away round about March, April. Man City win at a canter. That's what I'm expecting. With Haaland up front, that boy is a freak. If they can keep him fit all season, game over. Because the bloke is just knocking people all over the shop for fun. He's like twice what Drogba was. He's huge. He's got the speed, the touch. Drogba never had the skill. Haaland's got the skill with the physique, So I think City will walk the league. And I actually think now we can win. We can come second in the league, and I think we can nick a trophy along the way.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I think it'll be like remember the time we came second against, I think it was the Leicester, when Leicester won the league. Like we were, we came second on the last day of the season, and I think when we just Spurs to it, I think I agree with that. I think that's possibly a position we could get, Manny, what's happening with the Brighton game? Do you want to fill us in there, man?
Yeah, what's going on here?
I'm giving you some updates right now. I'm sort of having one eye on the telly and one eye on the screen. And once again, it's that man, Trossard, who's sort of stole in on that exact same position and come right in. And this will segue into what I'm going to say about Liverpool's defense. You need to either get Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right wing or drop him, because he is not a right back. I'm sorry to say that. But I want to, say right now that my expectations for Arsenal have been what they've been throughout the season. For me, it's Champions League or bust, and that sort of should be the bare minimum for this season, based on how much we've spent, the investment we've made, and certainly the way we started the season. And we all know that anything can happen. I take the example of Leicester City, who actually, if memory serves me right, Darren, they actually had a really terrific start that season and were top of the table by Christmas, but they never believed that they could win the league until very near the end. If you speak to the Leicester fans on YouTube, that's exactly what they would say. So if we could maintain this start, we could very well emulate that season. That would make me absolutely, happy with a huge Cheshire Cat grin. But we still need to make sure that we maintain the basic minimum expectations. And for me, it's Champions League or bust. Whether it's by the top four, whether it's by winning the Europa League, if we can do preferably both, that would be amazing. And winning an FA Cup or a League Cup wouldn't be enough this season for me, because we actually started the whole Arteta era with the FA Cup win, and if we don't win anything this season, it could very well be the albatross around our neck. So I would like to see us make sure that we maintain this and make sure that we can even go beyond. If we can go beyond those basic expectations, that would be terrific. But again, we have to keep our feet on the ground and just remind ourselves we're only 1 or 2 injuries away from some sort of crisis. And as Darren has said, that depth that we have with Zinchenko and Tierney, that competition for places, I don't know if we necessarily have that in the squad. And seeing how Danny Welbeck is doing, sort of drawing straight lines into the Liverpool territory and being able to, have an effect on the game, I just wonder, maybe we could have a short-term return for him to the Emirates and see if he can't help us out. Or maybe Brighton is where he belongs. He's thriving. He's happy. I don't know. But yeah, I have my expectations as they were. If they can exceed those expectations, hallelujah. If they can get top 4 and build on that, keep building on that, then that's terrific. But if we fail to make those expectations, as Kyle Walsh would say, he can sod right off.
I
You
like
can't use the F word.
Well, you see, here's the story for me. I want us to get second player. I want us to win the Premier League. That's number one. But I don't think we will with Man City. So Man City is still my favourites. I want Arsenal to finish second. I think if Arsenal don't finish second this season, Arteta can fuck off. Simple.
Yeah.
It's simple. I don't give a fuck about Chelsea. I don't give a fuck about Liverpool. I don't give a fuck about Spurs. We have to finish second, close, and I mean close to Man City. I'm not talking 10, 15 points behind Man City. I'm talking challenging them to win the Premier League. That's the standard, Del Boy. No excuses. That's the standard. And get a good cup run as well. But I just want to go back there because everybody said their thing there about Shevchenko and Tierney. I'm just going to say this quickly. I'd be playing Shevchenko as my left back. And I'd be looking at Tierney in the other games, in other competitions. And if he keeps getting injured, as far as I'm concerned, I'll ship him the fuck out come the summer. Why would you want a player that's going to play 3 or 4 games and then it's missing for 15? I'm sick looking at it. The same with Party. He has to stay fit. It's as simple as that, there, boy. I don't want to be looking at players they're playing 3 games and they're gone for 15. Fuck that. So that's where I stand with Tierney. He has to stay fit. He has to put a run of games together. I'd be happy with that. If not, goodbye in the summertime. Simple. But then again, the standards are high, Del Boy. The standards are fucking high where I am.
Well, look, Doug, I just want to sort of 2 questions there. If you want to comment or react to what Kyle is talking about there, and also, well, what as a Liverpool fan, what do you reckon? Like, Arsenal can do this season?
I actually think Arsenal will be top 4. I think they will be top 4. I don't think they're. I think we'll see what happens next week. I think in the game against us, because let's be honest, we're 2-0 down to Brighton at the moment. But if you were to beat us, then it goes a long way to see where you actually finish the season, because you beat Tottenham, you beat Liverpool. I think your Man City game has been postponed, isn't it? I think to have your PSV game in. I think I read as well.
Unfortunately,
I have honestly got to say this. I think Arsenal definitely for top 4 for sure. Yeah, DK, what do you think?
I think they'll get top 4. But I'm with Kyle. If Arsenal don't challenge us and fall 10, 15 points behind, then I would F Arteta out. I'd F Arteta out of there and get someone like maybe a Pochettino or just anyone. I'd probably take Gareth Southgate, but even then, that guy's a prick.
Oh, you mad? You drinking? Darren, what do you think? Like Gareth Southgate, do you want to have your say on it?
No, I don't think I'll warm to Gareth Southgate. I don't think he's a big Arsenal fan, and I think it takes something exceptional for him to pick Arsenal players in the England squad. I don't think he's ever liked us, because when he played as a centre back for Crystal Palace, he normally got battered. I just don't see. I just can't picture Southgate at Arsenal. I can't. Forget whether he's a good. Well, I think he is a good manager. With England, he's done a good job.
You think England. So? This is the thing.
He's got us to a final. He's got us to a final and a semi. That's more than that idiot Fabio and Sven and all that lot did. Yeah.
They beat England. England beat a past German team. They got comprehensively beaten by. Come on, they got comprehensively beaten by. This is the same guy that relegated. What was that team? He relegated Middlesbrough in 2003. This is the same guy that missed a penalty in 96. This guy has.
Shake it.
Yes,
We
Kyle.
do a fucking swap. Give us fucking Southgate and you can have fucking Kenny, your fucking clown here.
Yeah.
Simple as.
Simple as.
Kyle, you're fucking mad. You're mad. He's won 2 competitive games in 21. Yeah, you're fucking mad. We have to support him. Keep it. You know what I mean? Will you fucking stop? I'll tell you. I was at the game on Tuesday night. I didn't do a video thing or anything like that because I had me 2 little boys. You know. Now, I'd say it'd be an X-rated video by the time I fucking got home. I was fucking angry, I'll tell you. Jesus Christ.
I was so bad at myself, there, boy. It's a fucking joke.
Okay.
And as far as I'm concerned with Southgate is a fucking clown.
Oh, he's a
England.
prick, bro.
England is. I tell you what the problem is with England. It's the
Southgate
fucking
in.
paparazzi. They have England winning World Cups already. Would you fuck off? But put the pressure on the player. They get the players out to be fucking Maradonas. Than these fellas. Fuck off.
Southgate in. He wears all the
I
waistcoats.
was delighted with what Jurgen Klopp said about the fucking price there yesterday. You say, give the lads a chance. They're on about Trent. Trent is a brilliant player, and the English press make him out to be this and that.
He is.
Give the lads a fucking chance.
Mm.
And and by the way, with the talent that England have, they should be winning World Cups. No fucking excuses.
Yeah.
They have some brilliant players. But
We
they
might-
haven't got the fucking balls.
Yeah,
The
we
problem
might
is-
yet win the World Cup, Kyle.
Really?
But you know what, though? You know what, Darren? The problem I have here as an Irishman is that if England, and trust me, I love to see England done well, but if England goes and wins the World Cup, my friend, I have a daughter who's 12. She'd be listening about it when she's fucking 90. Because we're still listening about the 1966 World Cup. Would you fuck off? 1966. And we're 2022 now. We're still as if England were the only country to win the World Cup. Fuck me. But that's not against it's not against the England international team. It's against the English press. Because you're a fucking joke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
Agree
sure
on
as
that.
Englishmen
Agree on that.
yourselves, I'm sure you all agree with me on that. The pressure that the puts on the international team is terrible.
We need the press for England to get at Arteta.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Doug, I just want to come to you and just give you a big shout out and stuff like that. I'm going to wrap it up now shortly, so please do smash the like button and hit the subscribe and all that shite. I'll go to you first. Do you want to give a shout out to your channel? And by the way, Doug, I'll definitely, if you want to do a preview of the Liverpool game this week, some DM me or whatever later on or whenever, we'll do something. But yeah, give a shout out to your channel there, buddy.
Yeah, it's just the Dugout Football channel on YouTube. You can go back and check out the watch along I did for the Arsenal Tottenham game. Very, very good watch and very, very good game of football. And obviously, congratulations to Arsenal for the very well deserved one. But yeah, the Dugout Football channel on YouTube. Twitter handle is enrolled_1982. Instagram is Douglas.horn as well. But thank you very much for having me. Pleasure.
No, appreciate it all the time. No one at all. Cheeky, I'll go to you. Do you want to shout out your socials and stuff like that?
Yep, you can follow me. You can follow me Instagram on UKC. You can follow me at Twitter on UKC99, and you can follow me on Facebook and Snapchat.
Yeah, Darren, do you want to shout out?
Yeah, Instagram Darren Sullivan 49.
Big up, Kyle.
Yeah, you can get me on Kyle Walsh Gunner on YouTube, putting up the content, speaking facts, speaking from the heart.
Good man. Manny, final word, mate.
What did you say?
Final word.
Yeah, final word. North London is red. That's my final word.
One more
And
final
listen,
word.
Yeah, that's enjoy it for now. And as for me, no YouTube channel as of yet, but you can catch me on Instagram having a good crack with Mr. Sullivan. I've missed you. The ID is Manny Thangatherai 1981. That's my full name and my year of birth. You can also catch me on Twitter having a few run-ins with some Arteta inners. It's Thangatherai 1981. And I know I'm going to be inundated with a great deal of "I told you so" posts, but I'm going to say, calm down, wait until Liverpool, and then we have the whole thing going on again. But you can find me elsewhere on YouTube, on other channels, Oris Talks Football, SVTLY TV, King's Football Show, Coach's Corner with Hanno Trollip, the Football Thought Podcast with NS Sports TV, and of course with Del Boy Gunner, arguably my favorite, no doubt about it. I missed you, and
I miss you
I'm
too.
glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't speak about the Armenia game, because I know you would have been hopping mad. But we will talk about that sometime. We do have a lot to say about it. Yeah, definitely with you as well, Mr. Welch.
Absolutely, Barry.
I think if I have to do a channel about the Irish football team, it'll have to be past 11 or 12 o'clock at night. It'll be fucking X-rated. Trust me.
As it should be. As it should be.
I'll even have my t-shirt off, flex the muscles.
One more thing. Kyle, Darren, what are your score predictions for the Manchester derby?
Yeah, let's go. Manny, start with you, mate. Go on. We'll do a score prediction.
2-1 City, Haaland and De Bruyne to score.
Doug?
3-1 City, Holland double, Kevin De Bruyne.
2-1 City, Haaland scoring the winner.
Ooh. Darren?
3-2 City.
Ooh. Kyle?
3-1 City.
Oh, jeez. I go 4-2 Man United.
You son of a bitch.
Just because you're here, TK. Look, I just want to say thanks to everyone who has tuned in and in the comments. Really do appreciate it. I haven't put up anything in the whole week. Something just sort of happened in my life, and I was just sort of off trying to get my head straight and stuff like that. But I want to say thanks a million for dropping by and saying hello, and especially my panel here as well. Really do appreciate everyone's support and stuff like that. I'll be bouncing an old video or two out as well. I might do a reaction to the Man City game after they get slapped by Man United. I'll do something during the week, but yeah, I'll be doing a few shows as well. I'll be on Dave's chats, stuff like that, doing a Liverpool Arsenal reaction. I'm also going to be going to the game, and I'm going to be doing a sort of a vlog to that as well. So please do check it out. Thanks a million again. Really do appreciate everyone who hits the like button and stuff like that. Really do appreciate it. Thanks a million, and take care, everyone. And as I say,